Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the Get Up and Go Show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. 6:07 on the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie.
You know what today is?
Yeah, I definitely know what today is.
Good morning, Americans. It's Friday.
Well, I would hope it's Friday. I definitely am very excited about that.
I'm so excited.
Okay, well, you know, how excited possibly can you be? That's what I want to know.
Audio Jungle.
And the band played on. That's Fredo and the Shy Guys, the Get Up and Go Show band. They are in the green room playing along, all 5 pieces of them, minus Fredo, of course. Fredo is out gallivanting around like he normally does early in the morning, Bonnie.
Well, at least the band sounds prepared.
Yeah, they're always prepared.
Like they've been practicing a lot.
Yeah,
So,
they're upbeat this morning. I like that. I'm very happy with what I'm hearing. They've learned a whole bunch of new music. So that makes me extremely, very happy. TGIF to you, Bonnie.
And same to you, sir.
What are you doing today?
Today, this is like where I have to go home and eat a little bit and sleep and go back to another job. So my day will get done about probably 9 or 10 o'clock tonight.
Okay.
But I'm excited about the weekend and a lot of the NFL playoffs coming up again. And it's going to be an exciting weekend for sure. I
Okay.
just went in and made my picks. And yeah, it's going to be an exciting game. I'm going to pick Green Bay to win on Sunday, beating Tom Brady in Tampa.
Okay.
And, you know, I was listening to Mr. Hitachi yesterday on my way home,
Yeah.
and I respect him.
Hitachi.
Yeah,
Hitachi.
Hitachi, right?
No, wait a minute. I'm confused. Hitachi?
The gentleman.
That's a TV brand.
It is.
You're listening to a TV? Okay. All right.
The gentleman that comes on after us on Thursdays.
Oh, that's Denny Artachi.
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 Artachi,
Oh, gosh,
yes.
don't let him hear you say his name wrong. Man, he'll go nuts.
But I heard him say, I think he thinks that Tom Brady is going to take it in Tampa Bay. And I respect his pick because they very well could take it. But I think Aaron Rodgers and the Packers are going to hold down the fort on Sunday and take that well-deserved win.
We'll have
and
to see what
they
happens.
They deserve it.
We'll have to see what happens.
And my other pick is
It's going to be a slobber knocker.
It's going to be Buffalo as my other pick because
Okay.
I have plenty of Buffalo Bills fans, friends rooting for the Bills.
Well, I'm picking Miami against the Jets in the Super Bowl. That's what I'm predicting.
Yeah, maybe next year, right? You
I
know,
don't know.
Miami didn't do too bad this year, so maybe next year they'll be Super Bowl news.
Yeah,
or
Brian
playoff.
Flores did a pretty good job with that team this year, I must say.
He certainly did.
Really did. Definitely did. Want to say good morning. Was on. I turned it off. Oh, okay. So anyway, what was I going to say? I'm trying to remember what I was going to say.
What you're doing this weekend, or you got an
Yes.
upcoming Sunday thing? Or?
Yes, I am busy this Sunday.
Yeah.
I have an event this Sunday that I'm doing. And of course, it's a wedding. So I'm lucky to be able to go entertain.
That's good news. Is this
Yeah.
a big wedding, like an outdoors one? I think they're having the outdoors weddings lately,
No,
aren't
this
they?
is inside.
Okay.
It's all inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all inside.
Okay. And is it right around here? Do you have to travel far?
No, it's
or?
in Port St. Lucie.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's in Port St.
So
Lucie.
that's good news, economy-wise. I want to hear that the weddings are coming back and, can get entertainers like yourself back to work and
Oh, definitely. Are you
caterers.
kidding? Man, let me tell you, it's going to feel so good to get back to doing what I do. And then next Friday, I head to Ocala to go do a wedding.
Mhm.
So I'm really excited about that one.
So what facility is one going to be at?
I don't know the name of the place. It's actually at a private home. It's a friend of mine
Uh-huh.
who's getting married. She called me up to come up to Ocala to do her wedding. I've known her like forever and a day.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, I've known her forever and a day.
Yeah. Oh, we have the arts and crafts show going on too tomorrow at
Mhm.
the Florida Events,
Oh,
which
that's
used
going to
to
be a lot of fun.
the Civic Center. I plan on going out there and walking around, Evan, because first and foremost for the food, and they're having like 200 booths and vendors. temperatures.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So if it's, hopefully it's going to hold out to be a nice Saturday, beautiful sunshine, and be walking around the Florida Event Center outdoors.
Okay.
And free parking, free admission tomorrow. So if you're looking for something to do, come on out.
Wow. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. You'd be taking the kids?
I'm going to take Jaden there.
Okay.
Yeah. I think
All right.
Topanga is staying at a girlfriend's overnight for her weekend plans.
Oh, so she's not going to be coming down.
Yeah. But I will have Mr. Jaden once again tomorrow. And, we'll take a look at some arts and crafts. Maybe I can find some crafty dinosaurs or something for him to paint out there.
Okay. All right. Want to say good morning to all our Facebook watchers. We have a whole lot of people that watch us on Facebook. So we want to say good morning to those people watching us on Periscope, to our folks listening abroad across the pond, Mark and his entire family, his wife and the daughters. And, Bonnie, we have so many people that listen all around the world besides locally here in beautiful Stuart, Florida.
Yeah, that's why we throw in those temperatures with the weather forecast of places all around the world. And today we'll be visiting Switzerland. We're going to visit.
Oh, wow.
We'll visit Germany a little bit later on, see what the weather is happening like there.
Okay. That's going to be very interesting.
Yes.
That's going to be very interesting.
Germany with beautiful snow peak mountains right now, I'm sure, and the breathtaking beauty.
Now, what are your plans for this weekend? What are you going to be doing?
Got to watch football. Got to watch the game. Got to watch the Packers. That game's going to start at noon. That game starts at 12:05 on Sunday. And
wow.
It looks like Kansas City playing Buffalo at 3:40. There's going to be like a lot of viewers of that.
Really?
So, yeah, definitely. I will be working, I guess, during the Packer game, but hopefully I'll, get out early enough to maybe catch the last moments of it at least.
Okay. All right. Very good. Me, myself, like I mentioned earlier, I have a wedding to do. So I'm going to be busy doing that. And then I'm actually going tomorrow evening to a brand new church that's opening up. If you remember, there was a gentleman on the show we had a couple of months ago. His name was Pastor Rock. He used to be with Christ Fellowship, and he has gone on, and he has gone on his own venture. And now they're opening up a new church. It's called Expansion Church. So Rachel and I to go check that out on Saturday evening at 5:00. We're going to take our pup to the vet first thing in the morning Saturday.
What's wrong with your pup?
No, nothing wrong with the pup. Just the yearly checkup, the shots. They put her to sleep, and they do the dental work. So she gets a dental cleaning, the nails and all that stuff. But they have to put the pup to sleep.
Do you get a little nervous when they put her under for that?
No, not at all.
I would tend to get a little bit nervous.
No, not at all. Not in the least bit, because I know they're doing a good job there.
You've brought the pup there several times before then.
Yeah, we've definitely taken
for this procedure.
Yep, we've definitely taken Kaya there before.
So where is this new church going to be?
It's going to be up in Fort Pierce.
Wow,
is where it's going to be.
Nice.
Yep. It's going to be up in Fort Pierce.
Very exciting, too. Coming up in our news stories, Evan, there's a veterans nursing home that's going to be opening in the next 6 months. And this one is out in Tradition.
Really?
So plenty of veterans in our immediate area. And they've been working on this nursing home for a while. So it's scheduled to open in the next 6 months, coming soon. So that's very exciting news for Port St. Lucie and Tradition.
Very, very cool. Very, very cool. But then otherwise, that's pretty much it. Oh, and then we're going to go to Palm Beach on Saturday morning to go get Rachel's new eyes. So she's got a new set of ears, getting a new set of eyes, and
glasses.
She'll be all good to go. Yeah.
What color glasses?
I don't know.
Buy?
They're Tom Ford. That's all that I know. And as soon as I heard Tom Ford, I heard ching, 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 because Tom Ford ain't cheap. That's all I got to say.
Yeah,
that is no cheap pair of glasses.
I'm sure they're going to look awfully nice.
I
very,
hope so.
Very stylish.
For the amount of money I'm paying, they damn sure better look good.
I only get glasses I paid $40 for these. I'm not too.
That's it.
Oh yeah. And
wow, where'd you get them at for $40?
Cohen's.
Now, are those just readers or are they prescriptions?
Prescription. They're prescribed.
So are they for distance? Are they for non-distance?
See, I am nearsighted, so they would be.
You can't see far away.
I can't see far.
Okay.
Right.
So you can see fine looking at a computer.
Well, not really.
Okay,
Not so anymore.
Okay. All right.
I think I have a little bit of nearsightedness and the farsightedness
Okay.
actually going on
Now,
now that
see,
I take my glasses off.
I have to wear two different pair of glasses because my main pair of glasses are for distance driving, and they're also for, reading, so to speak. Then I had to get another pair of glasses, which I'm wearing now, which is kind of like they're intermediate, because I was having an issue reading my computer, and with my other glasses, it still wasn't clear.
Yeah.
And so, in other words, I had to get a pair that was like kind of in between.
Mm-hmm.
So now I can see what I see in front of me.
It's important, isn't it? You know what I noticed too about it's hard to read the fine print on my credit cards.
Yeah.
But any new credit cards that if they get renewed, if I receive one in the mail, I'm
Mhm.
looking at the newer ones lately have larger numbers on your card to
Mhm.
see the phone number, like if you call by and
Oh,
pay
that's
your payment by
ridiculous. On the
phone.
back of the credit card, the phone number is like, wow, you need a magnifying glass to read crap like that.
Exactly.
That's so
And
stupid. Why do they do that?
I don't know, but there's like a number of people like myself who, I find it simple just to call in that number every
Mhm.
month and make my payment over
Now,
with the automated system where I don't even have to talk to an
do
operator.
they charge you a service fee?
No, mine doesn't. I might have one or two where they'll say,
Okay.
I think my rooms to go one is where I
Okay.
have to, if I talk to an operator, they're going to charge me an extra
Okay.
$10.
Now, you know that if you do all that online and pay those credit cards online, there are no fees at all whatsoever.
Yep.
And you can set that up for actual automatic payment every month. So it's kind of like the Ronco oven. You set it and forget it. And you never have to worry about that payment. It automatically will be paid. Like my Comcast bill at home, I have that set to come out of my bank account on the 5th of every month automatically.
Perfect.
I never have to do nothing. I never have to go online. I never have to log in anywhere. It just comes out of my bank account on the 5th every single month.
I wish we didn't have that problem with ADP, with our security system. It seems like every month my better half has to get on the phone with them to make sure they take out the payment. Like
you can set it up for automatic withdrawal.
For some reason though, they haven't been withdrawing the payment.
Do you have it set up properly online at adp.com? When you log in, there's a box possibly you check for automatic withdrawal.
Yeah, I
would log on and double check that. Just be sure.
Okay.
Double check that.
I will tell him to do that.
Because if you miss checking that little small box, then that could be the whole difference right there.
Maybe I'll have him check.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's just we've been rolling with it. Every month he's been thinking, maybe I'm going to drop this because they just don't want to charge me. And then, but then you have that awful feeling that if they're not charging and withdrawing, that bill's going to add up after 6 months and be triple fold.
It will. If you don't pay the bill, then they'll start tacking on interest and all sorts of other fees. It is 6:20 on the Friday edition of the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. Let's go to the news desk for the first news report this morning. Here's Bonnie.
Thank you, Evan. If it seems like President Joe Biden is issuing a lot of executive orders on his first 2 days in office, it's because he is, historically speaking, a lot more than his recent predecessors of both parties. Biden signed 9 executive orders on Wednesday, his first day in office, and another 8 on Thursday. Biden has also issued several other executive actions similar to executive orders, including presidential memoranda and agency directives. While other presidents have issued executive orders on their first day in office, the last time was former President Bill Clinton in 1993, and he issued just one. It was an order about ethics commitments by executive branch appointees, an executive order issued by many new presidents within their first few weeks. Biden's 17 executive orders in his first 2 days is almost a third as many orders as former President Donald Trump signed in his entire first year in office. Trump issued 55 executive orders in 2017. Several Hobe Sound residents are frustrated they have yet to receive any money to help with their damaged homes. WPTV's Derek Lowe has more.
In the Hope Heights neighborhood,
We're fed up.
residents are awaiting help.
All the neighbors are very skeptical if and when we're going to get the money.
Back in May, days of rain destroyed several homes, including this one where Colby Besaw lives.
Kitchen has all been redone.
His house is just one of 10 that the county is now acquiring through grant money approved by the state.
The worst home on our street was actually Benjamin's. He had over 2 feet of water inside his house.
He says 7 months of waiting is simply too long.
The water's full of algae. It's horrible.
Rose Bell lives across the street from Colby. Her house survived the floods, but the 5 around her did not.
The neighbor next door, they weren't even in the house, not even a year, like 9 months. They had to move everything out by boat, because it was up past their waist. That's how deep it was.
Until the money is approved, Colby says he and others will have to live their lives on hold.
I have to protect my own as I can. So I only moved back what I felt necessary for me to sustain life, and I'll continue on forward.
In order for the acquisitions to begin, both the county and the state must approve a contract that's being put together by the Department of Emergency Management. That's scheduled to happen by the end of January. Reporting in Hope Sound, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV News Channel 5.
It started yesterday. Only Florida residents will be allowed to get their first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine in the Sunshine State. State Surgeon General Dr. Scott Rivkees issued a public health advisory that prioritizes Florida residents to receive COVID-19 vaccinations within the state. Every vaccine provider in Florida should ensure the recipient of the vaccine is either a resident of the state of Florida able to demonstrate residency or an individual present in Florida for the purpose of providing healthcare services involving direct contact with patients. Dr. Rivkees said his new measure applies to people receiving their first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine, not those who have already gotten their first dose and are awaiting their second. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell is calling on impeachment proceedings against former President Donald Trump to give Trump time to assemble a legal team. Senate Minority Leader on Wednesday after Democrats seated 3 new members, including 2 from Georgia. The 2 seats in Georgia were previously held by Republicans. With Democrats in the majority of both the House and Senate, Democrats can largely dictate the timing of when to move forward with a conviction of Trump. McConnell is proposing that a summons would be issued to Trump on January 28th, giving the former president a week to respond to the charge. And lastly, there are a lot of jobs worse than this, and they don't pay $47,500 a year. A company called Candy Funhouse is looking to hire candy and chocolate taste testers. And this isn't one of those gimmicks where a company hires someone for $500 to eat chocolate for a week. This is a legit full-time job. The job pays $24 an hour, which works out to be around $47,500 a year, and they'll be hiring 2 people for it. There is a catch, of course. The company is in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, and there for the job. The Eagles are hiring Indianapolis Colts offensive coordinator Nick Sirianni as their next head coach. Executive Vice President Howie Roseman told ESPN's Sal Paolantonio on Thursday. Sirianni, age 39, had an extensive interview for the head coaching job that started Tuesday and reportedly spilled over to the next day. There was a sense in league circles that the race had narrowed to 2 candidates, New England Patriots offensive coordinator Josh Daniels and Sirianni, who has been the Colts coordinator for 3 seasons. News time is 6:26, and we'll have weather and traffic together next.
6:27, the time of the Get Up Friday edition. Traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
And on this Friday, the roads are looking clear at the moment. We don't have any traffic reports, including any accidents or tie-ups from FHP on our major highways and local side streets. There's your latest look at. It's a clear sky in Port St. Lucie, 52 right now. In Hanover, New Hampshire this morning, a partly cloudy 16 above. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Friday. Sunshine's waking up this morning to temperatures in the low 50s under mostly clear skies. Mid-70s with plenty of sunshine. Tomorrow in store with highs in the mid to upper 70s, partly sunny skies, then increasing clouds and a few showers possible tomorrow night with a front moving in. Sunday morning, lows in the low 60s and highs in the upper 70s. Isolated rainfall with a mix of sun and clouds. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
The Get Up and Go Show would love to hear from you live on the air. Give us a call at any time. Now let's get back to the program. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
There's an excellent way to remember the 2021 inauguration. No, it's not a photo of Biden giving his address or Lady Gaga performing the national. Introducing, from the same folks that brought you all those commemorative plates, it's the Bernie Sanders sitting by himself wearing a giant coat and mittens statue. Put him on your deck, next to your gas grill, or on your front porch in a rocking chair, or even riding shotgun in your car so you can drive in the carpool lane. Now you can keep the memory of the 2021 inauguration alive for years to come. The Bernie Sanders sitting by himself wearing a giant coat and mittens statue. Get yours today.
I'm Bernie Sanders, and I approve this message.
So remember yesterday we talked about President Clinton decided to take a cat nap during the inauguration.
Yes.
And I found the picture. Well, now that is going viral. Sanders, this is a meme that somebody created, and it's like everybody is posting this, including myself.
Mhm.
And they're posting the meme of Bernie Sanders sitting by himself and putting it in with people. So in my infinite wisdom, I took it and put it next to my daughter and my daughter's canine, like they're sitting in a field, and
That
it
is
looks
cool.
so realistic,
It
doesn't
does.
it?
And it's a very nice picture of your daughter, too, by
Thanks.
the way.
Thanks.
It looks real to me. If I would see that anywhere,
It looks like Bernie Sanders is sitting right there with
does.
Haley and K9 Unum.
I would not think that it would have so been tampered with. It looks so real.
That is so crazy.
That is
so,
perfect.
So crazy that that just one meme can just completely go viral. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a picture of him sitting in front of our baseball stadium as well, Bonnie.
Oh boy.
Let me find it here. I'll show it to you. Here it is right there. There he is sitting in front of Clover Park.
Wonderful.
Right.
And I'm glad to see he's all bundled up out there too.
And of course he's wearing his mask.
Yeah.
As well. So that's safety protocol like everybody else did at the inauguration.
You know what? Another commemorative Fredo out there with his barbecue and giving foot rubs.
Yeah,
We should
that's another thing. He's going to check in later, so we're going to see if he made it back safe and sound. So we'll do that. In the meantime, let's do some viral videos. So as you know, every single weekday at this time, we like to scour the internet and find viral videos. And I found a couple of them for today. First off, it's two dogs that are growling back and forth at each other. And one is on the other side of the gate and one's on his side of the gate. The minute the gate opens up, they become best friends.
Isn't
and then
that
the minute
funny?
the gate closes,
Yeah.
they become enemies. So listen and watch. You can see that, Bonnie.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. See the gate opens and look.
Hi.
Nothing.
Hi. How are you doing,
Now
buddy?
the gate closes.
Uh-huh.
Right? Is that the craziest thing?
Their memory
The
might
gate opens.
not be too good when the gate closes. They forget who's behind the gate.
Gate opens. Fine. Gate closes. And there they go again. That's
that gate,
crazy.
Evan, does that gate looks like it's in somebody's living room? Maybe looks like one of those toy gates almost, like they would have for kids, but only they have the dogs divided by it.
But that's the damnedest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, that gate comes open and
Gate comes open, they become friends. Gate closes, and they become enemies.
well, they should keep the gate open for the dogs then.
Yeah, definitely. I would agree so. Now, the on-demand Girl Scout cookies have arrived. And here comes some creative marketing. This Girl Scout that I'm about to play has a terrific 2-minute video that features graphics, sound effects, and very timely humor. For example, if you were disappointed by Wonder Woman 1984, well, you can make it better with Caramel Delights. If you ran out of things to watch on Netflix, Lemonades will cheer you up as well.
All of these cookies will make things better.
Right. So let's listen to this Girl Scout and let's listen to the audio and we'll watch the video. Here we go.
2020 was a tough year for everyone. Things will get better, but we're not there yet. In the meantime, you know what you need. Just that cookie.
Wow.
Hi, I'm Naomi, and I'm selling the most delicious cookies you'll buy this year. Are you tired of being stuck at home? Get yourself some fan favorite Thin Mints.
Oh yeah, that's what
Is
I'm
your
talking
Zoom
about.
meeting running too long? Snack on some yummy peanut butter sandwiches.
Girl's amazing.
Were you disappointed by Wonder Woman 1984? Make it better with Caramel Delights. Of our democracy. Sounds like you need shortbread cookies. Did you get ejected when Red saw you venting too soon? Peanut butter patties are perfect for
She's
the cold
so
darkness
creative.
of space.
Very articulate.
Yeah.
Did you run out of things to watch on Netflix? Lemonades will cheer you up. Do you need something new in your life? Try our brand new toast. Yay! Cookies. French toast inspired.
What
cookies
amazes me,
dipped in
Bonnie, is the
delicious icing and
graphics on
full of
this.
flavor
I know.
Yay! This
She's
is the
so
last
good.
year
It's put
to buy
together well.
s'mores.
Yeah.
Order at least 100 boxes. Gluten-free caramel chocolate chip
Can't
cookies
forget the gluten-free.
are also available.
That's really amazing.
She mentioned a cookie in there. It's the last year they're having them.
Uh-huh.
I guess so. Order 100 boxes.
Yeah.
I didn't hear what cookie that one was.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
I'm not sure.
not sure. Yep. I hope they're not the Thin Mints though.
Oh, no.
No, I think the Thin Mints.
People will be
they're-
really ticked off if it's the Thin Mints.
Yeah, they're here to stay.
Yeah.
And the I think they're called Toggles or something. The peanut butter cup ones.
I'm not
With
sure.
The peanut butter, and they're kind of round, and they have chocolate outside, like a
Okay.
peanut butter cup, only more
right.
large and thick.
Here's another video of a woman who worked at a bakery, posted on TikTok about the weirdest cake request that she's ever gotten. A guy asked her, put a bunch of hearts on it, and then write, quote, "Good riddance"
Good riddance.
on the cake. It was for his girlfriend who cheated on him the night before. So here's the video of this girl. Listen.
So I work at a bakery, and last night a man came in and he was like, "Hey, do you have any caramel cakes?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I showed him our caramel mousse cake.
Oh.
And he goes, "Perfect. She hates caramel." Now obviously I'm intrigued. But I'm like, okay, so I get the cake. He's like, "Could you write something on it?" I'm like, "Of course I can." And he's like, "Would you mind writing 'Good riddance' on the cake?" And I'm like, "No, no, I'll write it." And he goes, "Oh, and can you just make it really girly, like put a bunch of hearts on it, just make it really nice." It says "Good riddance." You want it really nice? Whatever. I'm like, yeah, of course. He goes, "My girlfriend cheated on me last night. I'm getting a cake to break up with her." Personally, obsessed with the energy he was bringing to the table. If you don't believe me, here's the cake. This right here is my life's work.
That
I know
is
it's not gonna
crazy.
get better from here. This is the best thing I've ever done.
That's crazy. So the girl, his girlfriend that he broke up with, hates caramel.
Yeah.
So he goes and buys her a caramel cake.
And that cake looks yummy, though. I
And then
would
he
be
writes
delighted
"Good
with it.
riddance" and sticks a bunch of hearts on it.
I wonder if there's any small part of that cake that the ex-girlfriend would like.
I don't know.
Maybe the hearts on it.
Maybe the
or
candy hearts or something.
She hates the caramel, but
Well,
there's.
that's what happens when you cheat.
It looks like one of those model cakes that she made, though. I think
Yeah.
if I owned a bakery, I would hire her instantly.
Yeah.
That's creative.
One more viral video I found. It's a 10-second clip of a little boy who doesn't want you to call him handsome. And there's a reason why he doesn't want you to call him handsome. Listen to the video.
Do not call me handsome if you're not gonna give me some that badonkadonk.
There you go.
What's the badonkadonk? Is it candy or
Just
something?
use your imagination.
That reminds me. He reminds me of Jake from 2.5 Men when Jake was a child.
Just use your imagination on that one. Badonkadonk. There's a song by Trace Adkins. He wrote a song called "Honky Tonk Badonkadonk."
Oh
So,
yeah.
That's what it's pertaining
Trace
to.
Atkins did that song.
Yes, Trace Adkins
Yeah.
did that song.
Yep.
So anyway, let me see here. Where was I going to go? Boom. I found exactly what I wanted to find.
Who did that song called "On a Pontoon"? Do you remember that?
I don't know.
I thought that was a beautiful country music song, and there were women singing it.
Mhm.
Came out like about 5 years.
I don't
on
know.
a pontoon.
No, don't know. Have no idea.
I'll look it up. Okay.
So there's a debate that's going on, Bonnie, about
Oh.
about the shower. Okay, there's a debate going viral right now about how you should stand in the shower. Okay, how you should stand. A woman by the name of Alice set this all off by tweeting, quote, "It's normal to shower with your back to the shower, right? Not facing the water?" The responses are all over the place. Some people say yes, they keep their back to the water. Some people say they face the water, and some switch it up during the shower.
Yeah.
Some
yeah.
people even lay down and face up.
Do they stand on their head too?
One person did right. He stands on his head in the shower.
Wow, that's unique.
So the question this morning, is do you face the shower or do you put your back to the shower?
And is there a right or a wrong way?
Is there a right or a wrong way?
Deep thoughts with
I would
Evan
love
Nine.
I would love to get people's reaction on that one if you're listening this morning.
Yeah.
Bonnie, which one do you do?
I try to get as warm as I can get on a cold winter morning here,
Okay.
like it is. So
Okay.
I go round and round. Yeah.
Wait a minute. You just circle, you just
Yeah.
go around and you just keep turning and turning and
I do.
turning.
I
Don't you
face-
get dizzy in there?
I face the water. I turn on the side. I have my back to the water.
Okay.
I turn around some more. I try to get right under the
Okay.
the sizzle or the spray.
So you're what's called a rotator.
Yeah.
Okay, you're a rotator in the shower.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that'll work.
You just got to get as warm as you can get in there.
Okay, that will work. You're a rotator.
How about you, Evan?
Well, here's the issue. I can't face the shower or put my back to the shower. You know why?
Why?
My shower head is straight above me.
Oh.
We have a rain shower.
Oh, that's nice too. Then
ours is not on the wall in front of you. Is yours on the wall in front of you?
Yeah.
See, ours is a rain shower.
Oh, that's cool.
So it comes from up above down like it's raining.
I want a rain shower. That sounds cool.
Right? You can get one of those.
Yeah.
It's very inexpensive. You just go to your local store and you get a shower head that you connect onto what you have now. And it'll have a handle. It comes out.
Uh-huh.
And then it angles a little bit, and then it'll shower down on
I
you.
see.
You can buy that. It's probably about $100.
That's perfect. And it kind of makes sense when you're sudsing, you're washing your hair.
Yeah.
It probably just gets all of that gunk out of your hair like a nice downpour.
Now, before I moved in this place, in my prior residence, I would face the shower.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would face the shower.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's time for the impossible question. It's time for the impossible question this morning. So here we go. 15% of men had this job at one time in their life. What do you think it is? 15% of men have had this job at one time in their life.
15%. I'm going to guess the McDonald's drive-through window.
What do you think it is? That's a good guess. That's a good guess. If you think you can answer the impossible question this morning, give us a call, 220-9788, 220-WSTU for the impossible question this morning. 6:44, it's news time once again. Let's go to the news desk, all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Bonnie?
Thank you, Evan. Well, the Artie Arcopas Veterans Nursing Home now is expected to open in the next 6 months. The $62 million, 121,000 square foot nursing home at Southwest Tradition Parkway was once expected to open last spring, but faced delays because of the COVID-19 pandemic. The global pandemic has impacted the completion of this home in a variety of ways, said Steve Murray, spokesperson for Florida Department. A lot of it has been supply issues in addition to the construction of the facility. The nursing home is 95% complete, Murray said. Still needed before it can open are certificates of occupancy from the State Agency for Healthcare Administration, arrival of some medical equipment, and other auxiliary items, and the hiring staff. There are roughly 1.5 million veterans in Florida, with about 55,486 on the Treasure Coast, according to the Veterans Administration's 2020 Veteran Population Projection Model. Former state employee Rebecca Jones is likely to face a challenging legal battle, experts say. WPTV's Capitol reporter Forrest Saunders reports.
Come outside.
It was during this raid last month, state police recovered Jones's computer. State forensic analysis allegedly finding cookies, digital fingerprints, showing a user illegally breached state systems, downloading contact info for nearly 20,000 people. And according to the arrest affidavit, this message coming a short time later, sent by someone using Jones's IP address.
It's a serious problem. It's a very serious problem. And, people have gone to prison for less.
Derek Smart is a video game designer who's done private digital forensic work. He says the cookies in particular, they can be recovered even if deleted and store data like time, date, even a user's name. Smart believes the evidence might be hard to dispute.
Short of proving that somebody else used a device, either locally or remotely, I don't see how she gets out of this.
Data security attorney Al Leva isn't involved in Jones's case, but thinks her attorneys will focus on discrediting the evidence collected.
They're going to have to poke some holes in what the state is alleging here.
Most likely, a defense expert will review the evidence, looking at whether police made flaws during analysis or had chain of custody issues.
There's various things that can be brought up. It's really going to come down to the evidence that the state has collected.
Jones has denied the charge, a third-degree felony, and her attorney has promised a vigorous defense. If convicted, however, she faces up to 5 years in prison.
Another 161 deaths in Florida are blamed on the coronavirus. The Department of Health also reporting nearly 13,000 new cases. Rate for new cases fell to 8.54%, its lowest point in nearly a month. Appointments filled up quickly Wednesday morning for COVID-19 vaccines in Palm Beach County through the new Publix pharmacy portal. WPTV's Ryan Hughes has the details.
It was an early start to the day for Mary Celebre and her husband in Boca Raton.
I set the alarm for midnight, thinking that maybe they'd put it on earlier. And I got up every hour after that.
And further north in Jupiter, Sydney Basin and her husband had 3 different laptops ready for when the Publix pharmacy portal went live at 6 a.m. Wednesday for a COVID-19 vaccine appointment.
We were feeling pretty confident we were going to get an appointment for my in-laws.
Sydney says she was put in a queue, but Publix's website was inundated with people 65 and older trying to secure a spot. Publix telling WPTV, at times as many as 250,000 customers were on our site during this morning's scheduling event, with 24,402 appointments being booked in less than 2 hours.
We had been waiting and thought with 67 Publix pharmacies in the county, our chances were pretty favorable.
Publix says its website can handle high volumes of traffic, but Wednesday morning's experience fueling frustrations for many regarding the vaccine rollout in Florida.
That was very discouraging because I didn't know how to register. I didn't know how to sign on. And the next thing I know, it was fully booked.
Shots will start being administered Thursday for those who were able to get an appointment. But Mary tells me she will keep on trying.
And whoever gets it first, I don't care. As long as I get it, I don't care if I'm last. Just so, we're all able to get it.
And you will have another chance starting Friday at 6 a.m. Publix saying 45,000 additional appointments will be available, but each customer has to start the process from the beginning. Ryan Hughes, WPTV, News Channel 5.
Hospitalizations due to COVID-19 are down across Florida. Is it because of vaccinations? Dr. Vincent Hsu with Advent Health says not yet.
It is clear that it is not because of the vaccination numbers. I mean, we are hoping that at some point our vaccination numbers will get to the point where we can start seeing the protection that will prevent hospitalizations.
Dr. Hsu says Advent Health is currently out of doses of the vaccine as demand remains extremely high. And lastly, the next SpaceX launch from Cape Canaveral is being pushed back by 1 day. Liftoff of the Falcon 9 rocket was delayed from this morning to tomorrow morning, with a launch window opening at 9:40 Eastern Time. Weather is 60% go for the mission, which carries dozens of payloads for a variety of clients. The Miami Heat are adding a new component to their efforts to ensure the safety of their fans. Get this, COVID-sniffing dogs. In a video on their website, the team explains that fans will be asked to stand in screening areas before being admitted. The COVID-19 detection dogs will then walk past each person, and if the dog doesn't stop by you, you're clear. However, if the dog signals you by sitting down next to you, you and your group will be removed from the line and denied entry into the arena. Virus-sniffing dogs. Supposedly, they can tell within 10 seconds if you have COVID-19 with an accuracy level of nearly 100%. Our news time is 6:51. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
Get Up and Go Show, traffic and weather together is all brought to you by Waterway Dermatology. Dr. Ryan Schuring is located at 1050 Monterey Road in Stewart, bringing personalized healthcare back to dermatology the Waterway. Bonnie?
We're not finding any accidents, so it's just a really nice Friday morning to be out on the roads for Stewart, Port St. Lucie area, all the way on up to Fort Pierce. Traffic looking fine right now. There's your latest look at traffic. 53 in Stewart, and in Newburgh, New York, it's 30 with a clear sky. Here's our weather at WPTV.
Happy Friday, Sunshine's waking up this morning to temperatures in the low 50s under mostly clear skies. This afternoon, highs in the mid 70s with plenty of sunshine. Tomorrow, another comfortable day in store with highs in the mid to upper 70s, partly sunny skies, then increasing clouds and a few showers possible tomorrow night with a front moving in. Sunday morning, lows in the low 60s and highs in the upper 70s. Isolated rainfall with a mix of sun and clouds. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Show with on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
6:58 on the Get Up and Go Show. Coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, State Representative John Snyder is going to be here in studio with us for a half hour, Bonnie.
That's going to be very exciting times. And he's coming right here in the studio,
Yep.
live in person.
I want to find out if the inauguration, if he did, what were his thoughts, all the hoopla and chutzpah and stuff like that.
Yeah, his experience with that.
I want to get his experience. And, I want to find out also, I want to pick his brain a little bit. I want to find out what exactly are his responsibilities as our state representative. In other words, what he does for all of us as citizens. So I'm real curious about that. Anyway, we're coming up on top of the hour right here at WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. The news is coming up next, and we're going to turn things over to the Get Up and Go Show band, Fredo and the Shy Guys. We'll be back right after this.
you live from Stewart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the Get Up and Go Show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call 220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
7 hour number 2 on the Get Up and Go Show.
If you don't take another drink today, you're going to be drunk for 6 months.
6 months? Are you kidding me? Then I'm not drinking nothing.
What are the things that you're most ashamed of?
Well, let me see. Something that I'm most ashamed of. I don't know. I can't figure that out.
Houston, we have a problem.
Okay, I don't know what the problem is. No problem here, that's for sure.
No.
The only problem
Yeah.
is Fredo's not here.
Yeah.
But the
that
band's
is-
playing,
We kind of miss Fredo
and
being
they sound
here.
good. That's the Get Up and Go Show band. We are the only morning show that has a live band in studio
We are
5 days a week.
so proud of it.
Yeah, they sound really good. Playing a little jazz for us this morning.
Nice to get jazzy right before the weekend.
Yeah.
Good and jazzy.
Or get jiggy with it, as they say. Hour number 2, the award-winning Get Up and Go Show is taken off. And we are kicking butt and taking names. And, of course, we're still looking for somebody to answer our question this morning. Man, play that trumpet. 15% one time in their life. What is it? What is it? 15% of guys have had this job at one time in their life. What do you think it is? 220-9788, 220-WSTU. It's the number to call. I like listening to this. I could listen to this for like hours.
Nice and clean. It really
Yeah.
is.
Really good band.
You know, it's perky, but I could even listening to it at night while I'm falling asleep.
Yeah.
Just put me in kind of like a happy zone. Oh, I saw a really cool commercial yesterday, Evan.
Yeah.
I guess there's an app called the Calm app.
The Calm,
Calm app, yeah.
like as in calm down.
Yes.
Okay.
And they showed a little example of what you see if you get that app. And the picture on television was cool. It was like they had taken it right over above a ski village of some sort of thing over the Swiss Alps, and the mountains and the scenery was with the villages below. Everything was beautiful. I'm watching this ad for it and I'm like, wow, it works. Like, how did they get into my mind like that, into my thoughts, and calm me just with that image? So I thought
don't know.
So I might want to download the app. I haven't done it yet, but supposedly it's like a good one for putting you to sleep at night
Wow.
and when you want to calm down a little bit.
Well, we use ocean sounds on our smart, on Google and Alexa. We just say, Alexa, play ocean sounds. And there I go. I did it again. I just set everybody's Alexa off.
And they're playing ocean sounds for everyone.
Yeah. So if my wife is listening at home, the ocean sounds are probably playing right now.
At least they're nice sounds.
No,
Nice
yeah,
and pretty.
definitely. Yeah. And it's very relaxing to go to sleep to the ocean sounds, because when I used to travel, I'd leave and I stay in hotels and I'd stay on the beach. I'd leave my sliding glass door open and I would just listen to the ocean sounds.
Oh,
It's very relaxing.
Speaking of which, how about that whale shark that was spotted off of our coastal waters just
Yeah.
this week?
I saw that.
I saw the picture, the photo of it. Didn't it just look? That thing looked huge,
Huge.
man.
It was gargantuous
Yeah.
size. It was ginormous.
It's I love to go spot different kind of creatures, and it's always fun seeing a gliding sea turtle.
I was going to say something, but I don't want to throw somebody under. No.
Now you have me wondering.
No, I'm not
what
going to
you
do
were-
that, because you were talking about a whale whale shark and a whale, and I was going to make a reference to somebody, but I won't do that. I'll be nice.
Oh yeah, you gotta be nice. A manatee is always fun to see too.
Got to be nice.
Yeah.
All right, time for birthdays, anniversaries back in the day. And I got to do this.
You're gonna call and wish somebody
Oh, yeah.
happy anniversary, maybe?
Oh, yeah.
How many years?
He's like 67.
Oh man!
I'm not sure.
And it's his anniversary today, or his
No, it's
birthday?
his birthday. Yeah. Why is somebody calling me? I'm on the radio and they're calling me. So I'm going to answer my cell phone right on the radio.
Go
Hello,
ahead.
good morning. Okay, I know about my appointment tomorrow. Thank you. I'm on the radio. Have a great day.
At least it wasn't a scam likely call.
No, I know exactly what it was. Why the heck are they calling me at 7:12 in the morning? Jeez.
Yeah, they're on it early, I guess.
They
They
are.
want to make sure people not forgetting about their appointments, and
All
that's
right.
good.
So let's dial up.
Who
Let's
is
see
this
here.
person?
It's my father-in-law.
Oh, it's Gary.
Yeah, it's Gary.
His birthday today?
Yeah.
Why did I think he had a birthday in December or November when we were talking to him?
I don't know. He better be up.
Is Rachel going up there today for his birthday?
No.
Didn't he just get married too?
Yeah, he did. So let's see. Let's see if he's going to pick up the phone. I'd be remiss if I didn't do this.
Yeah.
Hello.
Ah, there he is. It's the birthday boy live on the radio.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Old.
Old? How old are we? We're at 67?
Yeah.
I did get it right. See, Bonnie?
Yeah, that's a young dad.
Yeah.
67, you're young. That's
Yeah.
a young age.
Yeah, young people are the only ones that say that.
I kind of kick myself, when I used to be a much younger age, like say some 20 years ago. And, I look back on that thought, and when I used to think I was old and I was getting old, that was crap.
Oh, wow. So, Gary, we have a band here in studio, and I'm going to ask them to play something for you, and I'm going to have them strike up the band. So this is for you, Gary. That's our band that we have here in studio, Gary. So they wanted to play that for you.
Well, I appreciate it. Hope you don't pay them a lot.
No, I don't. That's Fredo, our band leader, and Fredo and the Shy Guys. We don't pay him a lot. We just feed them donuts and milk, and that's it.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem. So, what's things like over in your neck of the woods up in Tennessee these days?
Cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snowing?
No, we haven't had snow for almost a week now. So.
Okay. So what are you doing
Lot
for
of
your
rain.
What are you doing for your birthday?
Absolutely nothing.
Just taking it easy, right?
Just taking it easy. Is Janet going to
Well-
take you out somewhere for dinner?
Well, she has to work tonight, so she took me out last night.
Oh, where'd you guys go?
Bonefish Grill.
Oh, there you go. Good choice.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Yeah.
How was the
I
food?
actually stayed on my diet at the grill when I was eating.
Did you really?
I had the grilled tamale with grilled shrimp and
Okay.
steamed asparagus.
Oh, that's
Wow. Okay. Steamed asparagus. I bet 30 minutes later when you went to the bathroom, it didn't smell so good, did it?
Nah, it doesn't affect me that way.
Really? Oh, okay. See, it affects different people different ways.
Yeah,
It does. But
it was very, very good.
so how many pounds total? Do you mind saying?
I'm 4 pounds shy of losing 50.
Wow.
That's excellent.
That's excellent.
Yeah. Does it make you want to go and
And-
climb a mountain?
No,
Just wants to run around the block, Bonnie, a few times.
no, not that either.
Okay.
I've lost 6 inches on my waist.
Wow.
Good for you.
Jeez, where did
Oh.
all of you go? No wonder why when you stand sideways, we can't see you no more.
Yeah, well,
Jeez.
not yet, but I'm getting there.
Okay. All right. Well, happy birthday, Pops. Miss you and hope to see you real soon down here.
All right, thank you guys.
All right. Talk to you soon.
All right,
All
bye.
right. Bye-bye. There you go.
Wow, good for him losing
Yeah.
50 pounds and 6 or 7 inches around that waistline.
Yep.
Good for Rachel's dad.
Yep. Birthdays, anniversaries back in the day. Sammy Gale is 25 years old today. That's Nikki Reagan on Blue Bloods. Now, I don't know who she is.
Blue Bloods. Now that's one that I want to watch.
Rachel watches that one. I think that's the one with Tom Selleck.
I think it is.
Yeah,
and
it's the one with
it's
Tom
like,
Selleck.
aren't they New York City cops too?
Yep.
Kind of like an
Yep.
NYPD Blue sort of thing.
Yep.
I should watch that.
Ben Moody, 40 years old. That's the former Evanescence guitarist. Christopher Masterson is 41. That's Francis on Malcolm in the Middle. Gabriel Macht is 49. That's Harvey Specter on Suits. Guy Fieri. We all knew who Guy Fieri is. He's the guy who's the celebrity chef on TV that looks like he got hung in a bottle of bleach because his hair is bleach blonde and you can see his dark roots.
That's right.
He is 53 years old today.
I love how he travels around and goes to all of those little townside grills.
Yep.
The grills that are out like in the middle of nowhere, and he tastes
Man, that
everything.
food looks so good.
I think I saw an episode where he was traveling around Texas with Matthew McConaughey.
Wow.
Yeah.
DJ Jazzy Jeff is 56 years old today. Parents Just Don't Understand. Girls Ain't Nothing But Trouble and Summertime were the hits that he had. Diane Lane is 56. That's Unfaithful, The Perfect Storm, Rumble Fish, The Outsiders, and Judge Dredd.
Oh, yeah. She was the girlfriend in The Perfect Storm.
Yep.
The girlfriend of Mark Wahlberg
Mm-hmm.
in Perfect Storm.
Steven Adler, 56 years old today. That's the former Guns N' Roses drummer. When I say this to you, Bonnie, who do you think of? Rotating head 360 degrees.
I think of that little girl from The Exorcist.
That's right. Linda Blair. She's 62 years old today.
Cool.
62 years old today.
Yep.
Todd Gentry from Alabama, 69 years old today. The Journey singer and rock and roll Hall of Famer, Steve Perry, is 72 years old today.
What a voice on Steve Perry, huh?
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely. Sissy Spacek's Crazy Mom in the 1976 movie Carrie. Piper Laurie is 89 years old today.
Piper Laurie is still alive?
Yeah.
Oh, I have to look her up and look at some images. I remember how spooky and creepy and so mean she was in Carrie. She was most awful moms, almost like a mommy dearest, you
Yep,
know? I gotta
definitely
look up
so.
some images of her, see what she looks like today.
Definitely so. Celebrating a birthday in the heavens from the TV show My Favorite Martian, the courtship of Eddie's father and the Incredible Hulk. Bill Bixby celebrating a birthday in the heavens, passed away
Yeah.
from prostate cancer.
What year did he pass away, Evan?
1993, Bonnie.
I remember first seeing him in the Man from Atlantis.
Mhm.
He would go and turn into the Man from Atlantis, like in a telephone booth or something.
Yep.
Yeah, I miss him, and I miss Michael. Guys from that era.
Yep.
Yep.
Lastly, so Cook, Chain Gang, Cupid, Twist the Night Away. Darling, you send me.
Oh, that's
I can't
nice.
sing. Sorry
That was
about
okay.
that. I didn't mean to scare everybody. There.
No, thanks for bringing back the memories.
Thought I'd make an attempt at that, but it didn't work too well.
Memories of Sam Cooke with Evan 9.
Today is National Celebration of Life Day. National Celebration of Life Day.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it, like how they word that, you know, like hopefully when it comes to be my funeral, I should have a funeral.
Yep.
I don't want people to be in tears and crying. I want them to be celebrating
Yep.
in life.
My wife texted me. She goes, "Don't forget my dad." I'm like, "Well, I beat her to the punch.
Oh.
I called him live on the air."
I hope she and Rachel were reminding you to call your dad.
Yeah. So Rachel, call your father. Wish him a happy birthday. He's awake.
He's waiting.
He's waiting for that phone call. And then, of course, you know, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram,
Oh,
this,
yeah.
that, the other, all that other good stuff. So anyway, that's your birthdays, anniversaries back in the day for Friday, January 22nd, 2021. News time 7:20 right now. Let's go to the news desk, and here's Bonnie with the headlines.
And here's a little update about getting those vaccines from our local Publix pharmacies. Started at 6 this morning. Of course, over 45 slots statewide became available for appointments, which you can go in for the vaccines. Looks like Saturday through Wednesday, January 27. Now, each location's 125 dose daily maximum indicates Martin pharmacies can host up to 4,375 window, and appointments cannot be made in person. Keep that in mind, or by phone. Eligible customers still must register at Publix.com/COVID-vaccine/Florida. There is neither a wait list nor alert system to relay vaccine availability. Once an appointment for the Moderna vaccine is secured, there's no need to schedule a second. Customers are simply asked to show up the same time exactly 28 days later to receive their booster shot. And it looks like the Publix pharmacies are the one in Jensen Beach at Ocean Breeze Plaza, 1501 Northwest Federal Highway, Stewart, Martin Downs Boulevard in Palm City, Martin Highway in Palm City, of course, Southeast Federal Highway in Stewart at the Cove Shopping Center, South Canner Highway at the Canner Crossing, and also the Publix Hobe Sound at Southeast Federal Highway at Island Crossing. Several Hobe Sound residents are frustrated. They have yet to receive any money to help with their damaged homes. WPTV's Derek Lowe has more.
In the Hobe Heights neighborhood,
We're fed up.
residents are awaiting help.
All the neighbors are very skeptical if and when we're going to get the money.
Back in May, days of rain destroyed several homes, including this one where Colby Besaw lives.
Kitchen has all been redone.
His house is just one of 10 that the county is now acquiring through grant money approved by the state.
The worst home on our street was actually Benjamin's. He had over 2 feet of water inside his house.
He says 7 months of waiting is simply too long.
The water's full of algae. It's horrible.
Rose Bell lives across the street from Colby. Her house survived the floods, but the 5 around her did not.
The neighbor next door, they weren't even in the house, not even a year, like 9 months. They had to move everything out by boat because it was up past their waist. That's how deep it was.
Until the money is approved, Colby says he and others will have to live their lives on hold.
I have to protect my own as I can. So I only moved back what I felt necessary for me to sustain life, and I'll continue on forward.
In order for the acquisitions to begin, both the county and the state must approve a contract that's being put together by the Department of Emergency Management. That's scheduled to happen by the end of January. Low, WPTV News Channel 5.
The number of Floridians filing for jobless benefits dropped in the last week.
The Labor Department says 26,000 people filed first-time unemployment claims, down 4,000 from the week before. Nationwide, another 900,000 people filed claims. Since the start of the pandemic, 2.2 million Floridians filed for jobless benefits, and the state has paid out nearly $20 billion. I'm Chris Trankman.
A Tallahassee man is under arrest accused of making a bomb threat against the Florida Capitol Thursday morning. Rory O'Neill reports.
The early morning threat kept the Capitol closed for a few hours, just to be on the safe side. Only 3 miles away, police arrested Mark Clark, the 61-year-old taken into custody at the Corner Pocket Bar, charged with making a false bomb threat against the swept the building after the 3 a.m. threat, but nothing dangerous was found. The doors to the Capitol were open by 9. I'm Rory O'Neill.
St. Lucie County Community Services Department, in partnership with the local Continuum of Care, Treasure Coast Homeless Services Council, is preparing for the annual Point in Time PIT count. Is an unduplicated count of the homeless in a community. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development all COCs to conduct a count of all unsheltered people in the last 2 weeks of January. This year, local social services agencies and volunteers will be hitting the streets on January 26th through the 28th. Due to COVID-19, additional safety precautions are being taken for volunteers. This includes a shorter survey and a hotline for homeless to call in to reduce face-to-face contact. If you would like assist with the PIT count this year, please call Treasure Coast Homeless Services Council at 772-567-7790. And lastly, it started yesterday. Only Florida residents will be allowed to get their first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine in the Sunshine State. State Surgeon General Dr. Scott Rivkees issued a public health advisory that prioritizes Florida residents to receive COVID-19 vaccinations within the state. Under the order, every vaccine provider in Florida should ensure the recipient of the vaccine is either a resident of the state of Florida able to demonstrate residency or an individual resident in Florida for the purpose of providing healthcare services involving direct contact with patients. Dr. Rivke said this new measure applies to people receiving their first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine, not those who have already gotten their first dose and are awaiting their second. The Buccaneers are on the road again on Sunday to face the Packers in Green Bay in the NFC Championship game, but that's not a bad thing. Tampa Bay has won its last 7 away games, including 2 in the playoffs. Tampa Bay quarterback Tom Brady will be playing in his 14th conference championship game with the first 13 with New England. Our news time is 7:27. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$7:28 the time of the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
We do see an accident now in St. Lucie County, and this one is on the Turnpike. It's northbound in Port St. Lucie, Turnpike at mile marker 144. You should be able to get through okay. We're not finding any roadblock from the accident. Other areas, including Martin County, Palm City, and Stewart, we're not finding any accidents to report. There's your latest look at traffic. It's 52 degrees in Port St. Lucie, and in Winterthur, cloudy. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Friday, sunshines. Waking up this morning to temperatures in the low 50s under mostly highs. This afternoon, highs in the mid 70s with plenty of sunshine. Tomorrow, another comfortable day in store with highs in the mid to upper 70s, partly sunny skies, then increasing clouds and a few showers possible tomorrow night with a front moving in. Sunday morning, lows in the low 60s and highs in the upper 70s, isolated rainfall with a mix of sun and clouds. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion, hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Club Lockdown. Please welcome to the stage, Willie Mask Up.
Thank you. I'll tell you a coronavirus joke now, but you'll have to wait 2 weeks to see if you got it. Since we're in quarantine, I guess we'll all be making only inside jokes from now on. Back in 2019, you would cough to cover up a fart. Now with COVID-19, you fart to cover up a cough. My wife bought a world map and gave me a dart and said, throw this, and wherever it lands, that's where we're going when the pandemic ends. Turns out, 2 weeks behind the fridge. Thank you. Don't forget to stay 6 feet away from your waitresses.
Oh my, okay, that was interesting. Those are COVID-19 one-line jokes by a so-called comedian there, Bonnie.
Very funny.
Very, very funny. Let's do some stupid news if we could, please.
And now it's time for Stupid News,
It's so stupid and awesome.
where we ask the important questions. Are some people too stupid to live?
So stupid. Are you effing stupid?
So we're going to go to Tokyo, Japan to start out with, Bonnie, halfway around the world, where there's a 37-year-old guy named Shoji Muramoto in Tokyo. And he's making serious money renting himself out, quote, to do nothing.
Simply nothing. Is he like one of those web
Nothing.
sort of people? Is he like on the internet and
He just does nothing. Now, we ask, what does this mean? Well, people hire him when they basically need a body, but that's about it. Like, he'll get hired to show up at somebody's going away party to make the numbers better,
okay?
to increase attendance.
Well, that makes sense.
Or-
some people are needed for that.
Or he'll just walk in silence with somebody who doesn't want to be alone.
Yeah.
One woman says she hired him when she was meeting a guy for the first time, when she just needed someone to listen to her views on love and not respond, and when she had a job at a strip club and needed support. Shoji says he will, quote, eat and drink, give some feedback, but do nothing more. And since he started his job doing this in 2018, he's had more than 3,000 people hire him at $100 a job. So this guy's made $30,000 doing absolutely not a damn thing.
Hey, that's not too shabby, and the more power to him then, Evan, if he has found a way, because, in a city like Tokyo, jobs are scarce, but it is a big city and his niche.
I wonder if I post an ad on Facebook if somebody will hire me to do absolutely nothing, just to be there and do nothing for $100 a pop.
Well, it kind of makes sense now, like people who do gigs like you do. Say if you do a music gig.
Right.
So for some reason you're worried, maybe just attendance. You would hire a guy like Hokey, or is his name Hobie?
Whatever you want to call the guy.
Just to show up there.
Just to be there, be a body.
Hire some people to
Like
come
if you have
on in your
invited
attendance.
guests at your wedding.
Yeah.
And you're not sure if so many people are going to show up, you hire this guy just to be a body at your wedding.
And pretend like you know him.
Yeah.
Say, there's the guy that used to date my sister.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Or he used to date grandma back in the day.
There you go.
He chauffeured grandma around.
Yeah, or maybe he dated Edna, the old man down the road's wife. Who knows?
Ooh, don't tell the old man.
Anything's possible. Let's go to the UK, where a woman tweeted out a picture of a note yesterday that her neighbor left for her. And it asks her to stop, quote, squealing like a pig during intimate relations. The woman said she personally thought she sounded like the Herbal Essence woman, which is a reference to those old commercials where the woman would sound climactic as she washed her hair.
Because that herbal essence sounds so good, doesn't it? Cream.
She also made her feel, quote, hella uncomfortable. But because of how her neighbors phrased it, next time, quote, I'll be louder.
Wow. I'll show you.
Wow.
I will show you.
Okay, squealing like a pig during intimate relations.
And you don't want that sound to be any louder than it already is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
I don't know. Anyway, there's a 40-year-old guy named Ezekiel Robles from Williston, North Dakota. And he was last Thursday evening. The cops found meth in his car, so he was arrested for narcotics. Now, he was wearing a T-shirt at the time that said, quote, "Don't do drugs." What's wrong with this picture?
Yeah.
He probably should have known better than to wear or even buy the shirt, because it turns out Ezekiel was already on probation for a different meth possession conviction.
He tried to use that reverse psychology by wearing that shirt.
Yeah,
He had
don't do
one.
drugs.
People wouldn't think he did drugs if he had
Don't do drugs.
Wow.
You need to be a mask to be a passenger in a rideshare car. You need to wear a mask to be a passenger in a rideshare car.
Okay.
But you also have to not be a child. Now, you're probably wondering where I'm going with this. In New Hampshire, a New Hampshire mother found out that she found this out the hard way when she was arrested and charged with child endangerment for allegedly putting her 3-year-old in an Uber alone, as well as later leaving her urine-soaked baby in the carrier. Stephanie Gaddu was incoherent and disorientated and struggled to answer questions when the cops arrived. She allegedly barricaded herself in her home before surrendering to the police on Friday, 2 days after a daycare said her 2 children were not picked up at all. The 3-month-old baby was covered in urine and wearing lots of clothing, as well as being seated close to a heater. Police would find that Gaddu also called an Uber to take her 3-year-old to the daycare, and she was not allowed in the Uber because she didn't have a mask on. So she got out and told the driver, "Just take my kid there."
Wow.
That lady's whacked.
Yeah. See how bad addiction is?
That lady's whacked.
When a lady can put her own kids in peril like that.
When I used to drive for Uber,
Mm-hmm.
I had many people try to get in my Uber without a car seat with their kid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, lady, you need a car seat.
So they'd have the kids sitting like right on their lap or something.
Well, on their lap, or they
on...
buckle them in, and I wouldn't move my car because I'm not getting a ticket.
Yeah.
I'm like, you have to have a car seat for the child.
Safety first.
How old is your child? Lady says 3. I'm like, child seat.
Does Uber have a mandatory that they have to be?
Well, it's not so much mandatory Uber's rule. It's Florida state law.
Okay.
Child at certain age has to be in a car seat. Otherwise, you can get a ticket. So I said to one of the passengers, I'm like, sorry, I can't take you and your child because child's not in a car seat. She says, well, my child's very sick. I got to get to the pediatrician. How am I going to get there?
Oh.
I'm like, well, you got 2 legs. Get out and walk.
Wow.
I'm like, but I'm not driving you.
Huh.
And she got all mad. She cussed me out. That and the other, and she left me a 1-star rating on Uber.
Was that
because I wouldn't drive her?
Was that down here?
Yeah, it was down here. It was actually in Stewart. Yeah. So I'm like, I called Uber and I complained about her.
Yeah.
They took the 1-star rating off and they suspended her account.
Not too much to really go out and purchase a car seat now,
No,
right?
No, it's like $50, $100.
Think that every mom and dad would have one or 2.
You know, and if you're an underprivileged family, there's lots of places that you can get them for free.
Yes.
But God, don't for your little kid.
Yeah.
Don't be stupid. Touching your girlfriend isn't generally considered a punishment. But things change considerably when your date for the day is a rental date.
Oh.
In Taiwan, a Taiwanese university student learned that the hard way after getting a bit too close to a girlfriend he had rented by the hour and getting sentenced to jail for it.
Really?
Yeah, the boy identified as Chen paid $260 to rent a girlfriend for 3 hours from a company called Extra. The service had been very specific has very specific rules detailing what the client was allowed to do and not allowed to do with a rented girlfriend, but also what was forbidden. Unfortunately for Chen, he got carried away and paid a very steep price for it. Yeah.
Had maybe a little touchy-feely going on. And
Yeah.
the boy has hormones.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Finally, there was a woman who just used the power of glitter to get revenge on her cheating boyfriend.
Did she pour glitter like all over him? But super glue him first?
Oh, her name's Holly. And she just posted a video on TikTok, and I saw the video.
Yeah.
And it shows how she got back at her boyfriend, Alex, by pouring massive amounts of glitter all over his apartment.
Oh, wow. What a mess.
And the whole video was set to Carrie Underwood's song Before He Cheats.
Does he have carpeting too? I wonder.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Good golly.
If you've ever dealt with glitter, you know he's never going to be able to clean it all up.
Wow.
It's probably just time to move. Holly also posted a few more videos showing their text messages after the glitter incident. At first, he's mad about the glitter, but eventually he starts apologizing for cheating on her and admits, quote, "I deserved the glitter."
Why didn't she just make him one of those departing cakes like that gentleman did earlier when he went to the deli and got that cake for his ex that she didn't love the caramel, and just get a departing cake. Don't pour glitter all over somebody's apartment.
Bonnie, I saw the video of this girl doing what she did.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, she put glitter everywhere, not only on the floor, but on the carpet, in the bathtub.
Did she dress up like a fairy too, and like where she was throwing all this fairy dust?
No. No. But boy, let me tell you, it was a mess.
I could imagine.
And it was blue, red, and pink.
Yikes.
Yeah, she did this guy in.
They'll probably have to rip out the carpeting.
They're going to need to do more than that. They're going to definitely need to do more than that. So there's your stupid news for Friday, January the 22nd,
Hey, Evan,
2021.
Before you conclude, I have one.
All right, go for it.
Oklahoma has a bill to create an official Bigfoot hunting season.
Mm-hmm.
So a member of the Oklahoma State House of Representatives, Justin Humphrey, just introduced the bill to create an official Bigfoot hunting season. It's not a joke. He wants the Oklahoma Wildlife Conservation Commission to, quote, set annual season dates and create any necessary specific hunting licenses and fees.
Wow.
So maybe, another reason to go to Oklahoma if you want to hunt for Bigfoot.
Very interesting. There's your stupid news for a Friday, January the 22nd, 2021. And from stupid news, we go to the real news, all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Bonnie's at the news desk with the headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. Hospitalizations due to COVID-19 are down across Florida. Is it because of vaccinations? Dr. Vincent Hsu with Advent Health says not yet.
It is clear that it is not because of the vaccination numbers. I mean, we are hoping that at some point our vaccination numbers will get to the point where we can start seeing the protection that will prevent hospitalizations.
Dr. Hsu says Advent Health is currently out of doses of the vaccine as demand remains extremely high. Former state employee Rebecca Jones is likely to face a challenging legal battle, experts say. WPTV's Capitol reporter Forrest Saunders reports.
Come outside. It was during this raid last month, state police recovered Jones's computer. State forensic analysis allegedly finding cookies, digital fingerprints, showing a user illegally breached state systems downloading contact info for nearly 20,000 people. And according to the arrest affidavit, this message coming a short time later sent by someone using Jones's IP address.
It's a serious problem. It's a very serious problem. And, people have gone to prison for less.
Derek Smart is a video game designer who's done private digital forensic work. He says the cookies in particular pose a challenge for Jones. They can be recovered data like time, date, even a user's name. Smart believes the evidence might be hard to dispute.
Short of proving that somebody else used a device, either locally or remotely, I don't see how she gets out of this.
Data security attorney Al Leva isn't involved in Jones's case, but thinks her attorneys will focus on discrediting the evidence collected.
They're going to have to poke some holes in what the state is alleging here.
Most likely, a defense expert will review the evidence, looking at whether police or had chain of custody issues.
There's various things that can be brought up. It's really going to come down to the evidence that the state has collected.
Jones has denied the charge, a third-degree felony, and her attorney has promised a vigorous defense. If convicted, however, she faces up to 5 years in prison.
Another 161 deaths in Florida are blamed on the coronavirus. The Department of Health also reporting nearly 13,000 new cases. However, the positivity rate for new cases fell to 8.54%, its lowest point in nearly a month. The number of Floridians filing for jobless benefits dropped in the last week.
The Labor Department says 26,000 people filed first-time unemployment claims, down 4,000 from the week before. Nationwide, another 900,000 people filed claims. Since the start of the pandemic, 2.2 million jobless benefits. And the state has paid out nearly $20 billion. I'm Chris Trankman.
Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell is proceedings against former President Donald Trump to be held in February in an effort to give Trump time to assemble a legal team. McConnell became the Senate Minority Leader on Wednesday after Democrats seated 3 new members, including Georgia. The 2 seats in Georgia were previously held by Republicans, with Democrats in the majority of both the White House and Senate. The Democrats can largely dictate the timing of when to move forward with a conviction of Trump. McConnell is proposing that a summons would be issued to Trump on January 28, giving the former president a week to respond to the charge. And lastly, there are a lot of jobs worse than this, and they don't pay $47,500 a year. A company called Candy Funhouse is looking to hire candy and chocolate taste testers. And this isn't one of those gimmicks where a company hires someone for $500 to eat chocolate for a week. This is a legit full-time job. $24 an hour, and they'll be hiring 2 people for it. There is a catch, of course. The company is in Mississauga, Ontario. You're going to have to move there for the job. The Heat and Magic are on the road tonight. Miami will face the Raptors tonight in Tampa and meet the Nets tomorrow night in Brooklyn. The Magic will conclude a 5-game, 5-city trip tonight at Indiana. They're back in Orlando to host Charlotte on Sunday. News time is of weather and traffic together next.
$7:51 the time right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Waterway Dermatology. Dr. Shuring is located at 1050 Monterey Road in Stewart, bringing personalized health care back to dermatology the Waterway. Bonnie?
We are looking at 2 accidents right now. We have the first one. This is at mile marker 110 in Palm City on I-95 northbound. And this is northbound right at Martin Highway. There is not any roadblock showing from that accident. And as I bring up my report, we have been seeing an accident too in St. Lucie County. And this is on the turnpike northbound at mile marker 144 in Port St. Lucie. No roadblock either from that accident. You should get through okay. There's your latest look at traffic. It's 53 in Palm City and in Hanover, Germany this morning, 42 degrees. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Friday, sunshines. Waking up this morning to temperatures low 50s under mostly clear skies. This afternoon, highs in the mid 70s with plenty of sunshine. Tomorrow, another comfortable day in store with highs in the mid to upper 70s, partly sunny skies, then increasing clouds and a few showers possible tomorrow night with a front moving in. Sunday morning, lows in the low 60s and highs in the upper 70s, isolated rainfall with a mix of sun and clouds. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bud.
There's something brand new in the USA. A long time in the works, I heard you say. There's a woman in the White House. There's a female second in command. We've got a lady vice president. Second gentleman.
Hi.
Kamala Harris is due.
My name is Doug.
This is so new.
Not Harris.
How do you do?
Emhoff. Doug Emhoff.
It's not easy being Kamala Harris's dude. They're looking at you.
Who, me?
Asking, hey, who are you?
I'm with her.
Every day.
That's a great parody written there. I have to give the guy credit that did that. That's not the Holderness family. This is somebody else. And I stumbled across it, and it's just very well written, I have to say.
Pretty creative, yeah.
Very creative. I definitely like that, without a doubt.
They put some of their creative energies into that one.
Yeah, they definitely did, without a doubt. Coming up now in the 8 o'clock hour, State Representative John Snyder's going to be here. We are going to pick his brain and dissect what he does, where he does it, and how he does it. And we're going to find out what's going on out in the world these days.
Yeah, and we're going to find out how he's liking it here.
Yeah, definitely so.
Visiting our show. And
yeah. And, of course, he swore his dad in as the sheriff once again for another term. So we'll talk about that as well. We're WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. The news is coming up next. Don't you dare go anywhere. Don't even touch that dial. Hour number 2 to go right here on the award-winning Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. We'll be right back. We'll let you listen to the Get Up and Go show band with Fredo and the Shy Guys. We'll be back.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the Get Up and Go Show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. We greatly appreciate your professionalism here. That's right, as the announcer said. We are the Get Up and Go Show. I'm Evan, that's Bonnie, and you're not. That's all I got to tell you. Anyway, it's 8:07, and we welcome into our palatial studios this morning the one and only state representative, Mr. John Snyder. Do you say it's Snyder or Schneider? Which way? Snyder. Wait,
Yep,
Snyder. Snyder. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. John Snyder's here, state representative. John, it's a pleasure to meet you and a pleasure to have you here in studio. And for a minute, I thought you were like 22 years old, a college kid coming in for a job interview, the way you look.
Well, you know, good morning, Evan, and thank you. It felt great walking in, and you hit the nail on the head. These are palatial studios, and it's great to be with you and Bonnie. So thank you so much for the invitation.
Thank God somebody
Great
else
to be here.
recognizes that we have palatial studios, Bonnie.
Exactly.
Man.
We do try to keep it clean, and particularly for you, Mr. Snyder, coming in.
Yeah.
And we were looking forward to visiting you for like weeks upon you coming. So
Yeah, definitely
We're glad
so.
that you're here.
Definitely so. And you recently swore in somebody for gosh knows how many terms already. That's very near and dear to you. You swore your dad in as the Martin County Sheriff just recently.
What an honor, I tell you. So he is kicking off his third term here as the Martin County Sheriff. And I've been so just blessed and fortunate to be raised under the roof of a true public servant and to see him step out, especially in today's day and age with everything that's going on surrounding our law enforcement and the importance of having a true public servant that understands that sacred trust. Great to see and be a part of that ceremony. Very special.
It's very cool to see that, and especially to have your child swear you into office. That kind of puts the cherry on top of the sundae, so to speak, because now it takes it to a whole nother level, because now it becomes very, very personal. Now, if your dad didn't have any kids, who would normally swear your father in?
Well, typically it would be some form of an elected official.
Right.
The first time it was one of our local judges. And so it just so happened that I had recently been sworn in Tallahassee as a state representative.
Right.
And so as in keeping with our state constitution that requires that our sheriff is a constitutionally elected office by popular vote every 4 years. It was great to be able to go through that ceremony and really see things go full circle. He was there every step of the way for me on the campaign trail, and to share that moment was truly special. So I'll take off the political hat and say, Dad, if you're listening this morning, love you and thank you for your service and everything you do for our community and for me as a human. So thank you, Dad.
That's really nice. It's really nice of you to say that. And you can tell both. I've met you and your brother here before. Your brother's been here to cut a commercial, and this is my first time meeting you. And I know that when I have your father on every week, he's on Tuesdays at 8 o'clock. When he can't be here, he has Major John Budensiek sit in for him. But every time I've had your dad on, I remember when I met your dad for the first time a year ago before I started having your father on, the public information officer for the Martin County Sheriff's Office, Christine, said that Sheriff Snyder wanted to meet me first before he continued on the radio, just to kind of get a feel of who he was going to be talking to. So I went into your dad's office, and the minute I walk in there, I was like, wow, this is Zen. I'm like, this is crazy. I'm not even in the sheriff's office, for God's sakes. You walk in there, the lights are dim. There's a mood set. There's a big old fish tank. And I'm like, where am I? Am I in like SeaWorld or something?
It's so funny. I've heard people say before, he's the most laid back alpha you'll ever encounter. And I think part of the job of law enforcement and someone who's worn the uniform in the armed services, spending 5 years in the Marine Corps, that's one of the things that you learn is how to separate yourself from the moment, not let the impulse and that split second take you over. And so just staying steady, calm, and collected. That's I think that's his secret. So don't tell anybody.
Bonnie,
We're certainly glad that he's here.
Yeah.
I know Evan and I, we hear sometimes about his days down when he was like a deputy down south.
Yeah.
And down near, was it the Fort Lauderdale area? And we're just kind of really glad to have your dad in Martin County.
We really are.
Our sheriff.
Well, I tell you what, and I'm glad that he picked Martin County back mid-'80s. And so that's really the quick story is he was a street cop down in Miami.
Yeah.
He and my mom came up. They knew of Hope Sound, kind of stumbled upon the exit on the interstate, ended up buying a lot, a piece of property where I was born and raised, and have been here all my life except for my time in the Marine Corps. And so Martin County is such a special place and near and dear to our entire family. And so now excited to be able to be a voice and get up to Tallahassee and get to work on some of the critical issues facing not just our community, but our entire state.
And we're so happy to have you representing in Tallahassee for us. What an exciting venture for you, and all of these great upcoming things. And what are some of your endeavors, and what's happening? Fill us in.
Well, I think that right now there's one thing that takes top of the ticket in everybody's mind, and that is coronavirus. I know many folks are probably getting sick and tired of hearing about it, but it's something that we know is not going away, but is getting better. And so what I can report, and I'm very proud to be on the Pandemics and Emergencies Committee. That was a special committee that was created this year to really take a hard look and see where did we succeed, where did we miss the mark, and how do we do better? Also, here on the Treasure Coast, Representative Dana Trabolsi is on that special committee. So out of a 18-person committee, to have 2 voices here on the Treasure Coast, I know will be a big part of things moving forward. And so I know a lot of people are concerned about the vaccine. How do we get a hold of the vaccine? Is it safe? We're not going to go into some of those specifics. I think one thing that the Treasure Coast can count on me for is to know that we will work to make sure that the vaccine is never a mandate, but that those that need it and those that are in that vulnerable population, how do we get that to them? How do we get that to them quickly and get that inoculation in their arm and give them that semblance of normalcy again?
Most important, and we are so glad to have leaders like you and your dad, William Sheriff Snyder, to have him right here in our area, pushing forward with such positive things for year too.
Yeah, for sure. Bonnie, I have to bring this up because I keep looking at him. If you were to take the beard and mustache off of him, who does he look like? Mike. He looks a little like Mike Thomas.
Mike Thomas.
Doesn't he?
Yeah.
He looks a little bit like Mike Thomas if you take the beard and the mustache off.
You are correct.
Right?
Very,
That's
very
kind of
much
crazy.
so.
It was kind of freaky looking at him for a second. I'm like, wait a minute, is Mike Thomas incognito or what?
Yeah.
So anyway, going back to, I want to talk a little bit about your responsibilities as a state representative. What are your responsibilities to the public?
Well, first of all, it's to work very hard on their behalf.
Right.
And so to that end, one of the first things and one of my official actions in Tallahassee was to vote on House Bill 9. And what House Bill 9 does is it provides basically criminal and civil remedies for individuals who are defrauded by bad actors market. So already here in Martin County, and this is an important public announcement for those that are listening, be very cautious on emails and unfamiliar numbers that are contacting you, trying to lure you into a vaccine that you have to pay for.
Okay.
Right now, that's not happening. Through the health department, those vaccines are at no charge. And so in Tallahassee, we wanted to make sure that the bad actors out there know that if you try and prey and defraud our already vulnerable population, there will be consequences and you will go to jail.
Now, we do have a gentleman that does a public affairs show here on the program. He used to be the public information officer with the Stewart Police Department. His name is Marty Jacobson. I don't know if you've ever met Marty or not. I know your dad knows who he is, but he has an organization called Seniors versus Crime, where he works and he helps to protect the seniors that are out there so they don't get defrauded.
Listen, especially with social media and how much of our personal information is out in the public arena, we have to be so vigilant, especially for our seniors, to make sure that we are engaging with them. If they have questions on how to sign up and register, be that neighbor, be that friend, and engage with them. So hats off to Marty. If there's anything that our office can do to assist that effort, we're happy to help and lend that support, because again, we're dealing with individuals who are desperate. They know they've been on lockdown, many of them for a year. They haven't seen and children.
Right.
And so they're desperate to get out. And so the last thing we want is a bad actor to be able to, again, lure them, get their money, perhaps give them a faulty vaccine, which that's not happening. They're out for the money. And so we're going to fight very hard against that.
Right. We seem to forget about the senior citizens who, because I don't know maybe of a single one in my personal circle who has just not been able to make contact with their grandchildren, like in, say, a year, maybe now because of COVID-19. And, we forget that there are people out there very desperate and very vulnerable. Evan and I had been talking before you came in. We were wondering if you went to the inauguration or were invited.
Yeah, we were going to ask you that too. If you went up and went to that, we were curious.
No. While I wish now President Biden well, and certainly we'll be praying for him. I was not there. I was actually at the Wolf Center here at Indian River State College for our Martin County delegation meeting. And so that is really the priority right now, is staying engaged here at home and really making sure that we continue the important work ahead of us.
You mentioned the Wolf Center. Is it called the Wolf Center? Where was
that's just the main auditorium there at Indian River
is.
State College, I believe so.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I just had to ask because I wasn't really familiar with it. So just want to get more familiarized.
So going forward, obviously you did not. Now, have you ever, you're only in office just a few couple of months. Prior to becoming a state representative, what did you do before that?
So from a political perspective, I've been locally very involved with the Martin County Republican Party for the last 2 years. I was the vice chairman there, but professionally, I am a proud business owner. I own Employment Simplified, which is a staffing and payroll services company. We do a lot of work placing healthcare providers and educational providers around the country. And so I still operate in that business. And technically, they consider by statute representative is considered a part-time position, even though we do work full-time in that effort. It does not pay enough to keep the lights on, and so get to try my hand at some dual employment.
Hint, give him a raise. There you go.
No.
Even a guy like you has to find a side hustle, though. Did you start your company? Did you start the?
I did. Yes, ma'am. So back in 2015, and so again, as we look towards the legislative session and trying to figure out how can I make good on the promises that I made on the campaign trail. Now, I heard the clip earlier about the budget shortfall that we're in right now.
Right.
And so I think taking that business mindset is so important because now is the time we've got to tighten the belt buckle. Have some of those hard conversations, just like you do in private business.
Right.
Again, I know we're in some palatial studios, but I'm sure Evan and Bonnie, you know how to stretch that penny because it's just different.
Oh yeah.
You see that box down there on the floor? If we run out, we just reach in there. When a pen runs out of ink, we just get in that box.
Exactly.
Right there.
And it's that resourcefulness, that entrepreneurial spirit that I believe will get us through this. All throughout the State House, there are like-minded individuals. We are a citizen legislature, and so we are committed to making sure that out of the ashes of coronavirus, we emerge stronger.
Saving that penny, Evan even has 3 spools of Scotch tape over there.
I've got 3 spools of Scotch tape.
33 cents a tape roll, right?
Yeah, there you go.
I use it.
It works.
And I return it every morning and put it in the exact spot.
That's right. It definitely works. Now, do you have an office up in Tallahassee also as well?
I do. I
Okay.
do. And so in normal times, anyone is welcome to come up and visit there. Even still with coronavirus, we are allowing, or the Capitol rather, is allowing visitors and guests. You just have to register ahead of time.
Okay.
So if anyone here in the local community is up in Tallahassee or has a desire to make that trip up there, they're more than welcome. But here at the local level, down in Hope Sound, which is about right in the midpoint of District 82, is our legislative office. And
Okay.
so for those that were familiar with Mary Lynn Magar, who did just such tremendous work on behalf of this community for the last 8 years, maintained that same office. And so for those that are listening, that address is 11700 Southeast Dixie Highway. So right there at the corner of Dixie and Bridge, right next to Taste, the Taste Restaurant is
Okay.
our legislative office. And always encourage folks to come by, give us a call if there's anything that our office can ever do. We've got a great team and some very dedicated staff that is happy to help.
Now, do people need to make a phone call to make an appointment first before they come and show up because of COVID?
Ideally,
Okay.
even though because of really the dedication of our staff, a lot of times they're out in the community working on different constituent events. So while we do maintain regular business hours, it is best just to save yourself that trip and make sure someone is there.
Okay.
And that number, if someone ever wants to call, and Evan, we'll make sure we get you this contact
please
info
do.
so you can put that out on your Facebook.
Yeah.
But that phone number is 772-545-3481.
Give it out one more time, please.
772-545-3481. And that is our Hope Sound Legislative Office here for District 82.
And if people want to meet with you face to face, they can call up that office and set an appointment up and meet with you if anybody has any issues that they're dealing with. That's what you're here for as our state representative, is to help fix those issues or, take them to where they need to go, correct?
Absolutely correct, Evan. And that's what I ran, and part of my platform was to be a voice for the Treasure Coast. And so always welcome and great to meet with our local constituency to see what you are looking for and demanding out of Tallahassee.
Wow, that's amazing. You have a big responsibility. I didn't realize it was that much, that the things that you have to do as a state representative, and you're only just considered part-time, but it's pretty much full-time though.
It is. And so right now we're in the thick of the build up to session. So we are in what they call committee weeks, which is the first phase of hearing bills, beginning that amendment process, and really figuring out or for a vote. And so session will officially kick off on March 2nd, which will be a 60-day period. And really our singular constitutional duty is to balance the budget. It just so happens that we've got the ability to shape and create and clean up existing law, but really that sole focus is to balance the budget and make sure that Florida continues to be that gold standard, because we see throughout the country states that do not have that requirement and are in a significant deficit that are so much more worse for the wear through coronavirus. So we are reserves, and so we're going to have to go in, make some really tough decisions, but we're going to come out with a balanced budget and continue an upward trajectory.
It feels great to know that you guys are, up there working on that too. And Florida, one of the few, we don't even have a state income tax here. And, it's just a good feeling that you're trying to keep the economy in balance and everything floating. We're proud of that.
Yeah, definitely. We thank you so much. We thank you for your service. Our very special guest in this half hour has been State Representative John Snyder. We have an open door policy here, John. So if there's any time that you want to, and if you've got any topics that you would like to discuss or get out to our listening area here in Martin County, please feel free. You have my personal cell number. Reach out to me at any time and, give me a holler. Let me know when you want to come in, and I will always make time for you here in studio.
Evan, Bonnie, thank you so much. It's been an honor, and likewise, Evan, call me anytime, and it's been great to be with you, and look forward to being back again soon.
Really appreciate
Love
it.
to have you back.
Really appreciate it. Real quick, we're going to give a precious metals report. It's all going to be brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Gold opening up at $1,838.20 an ounce, and silver opening up at $25.08 an ounce. We're going to take a short pause. Don't go anywhere. Randy Siegel with the Space Report is coming up next.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTU Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
8:31 the time right now, the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time to go to the gentleman that gives us our daily space report, Randy Siegel. Before I bring him on, though, I have a late birthday that just came in on Facebook, so I want to get that out of the way. Want to wish Bobby from Mom and Dad, Jennifer and Gary, a very, very happy birthday. Mom and Dad say that they love you very much, so a very happy birthday going out to their son, Bobby. So with that said, Randy, good morning. How are you?
I am fine, sir. And yourself?
You know, life is great. I'm than I deserve. That's all I got to say.
I agree. No, you deserve it.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Somebody does.
Yeah. Well, over the next 3 days, we have a whole litany of anniversaries taking place in space. The first one was going to be the Apollo 5. That was the first time that NASA actually the lunar module that was going to be taking astronauts down to the moon's surface, and they tested it in orbit first. The Russians had their first Progress 1 resupply ship, the Salyut 6 space station that was already in orbit. NASA launched its STS-42 space mission into space. They also launched STS-89 into space. Those missions were either an Earth observation mission or they were going to the space station. The Pioneer 10 spacecraft made its final approach where we got information back from it before we lost the signal and it no longer was helping us in space. The Russians had a re-entry of their Cosmos 954. It was an Earth reconnaissance satellite, but it had a nuclear reactor on board. And due to a malfunction, it re-entered the Earth's atmosphere and hopefully had burned up completely. NASA launched a military mission, STS-51C. The Voyager 2 spacecraft gave us more information on the planet Uranus, and the Magellan spacecraft also gave us new insights into space. Yesterday, the astronauts on board the International Space Station continued getting ready for a spacewalk that'll be taking place later this month. Researchers are studying how microgravity affects humans' DNA as astronauts spend more time living in space. Radiation and weightlessness can impact DNA. Lack of an up and down orientation and a day-night cycle can influence spatial and time perception. Biologist and NASA astronaut Kate Rubins, the first person to sequence DNA in space back in 2016, was once again preparing DNA samples for sequencing to learn how to monitor crew health and identify organisms in space. Mike Hopkins and Soichi Noguchi, they spent a lot of their time working on the perception that astronauts have in space. The duo put on virtual reality headsets using a trackball and performed tests to measure their timed responses. All three of them then joined Victor Glover in the afternoon to work on procedures for the spacewalks that'll take place on January 27th and February 1st. And then lastly, the Russians had an International Space Station by boosting it up quarters of a mile. This way, they're in phase for the next Soyuz spacecraft that'll bring astronauts to the space station. What was really interesting is that cameras that are installed on the ISS captured rare natural phenomenon called ELF and Blue Jet. Yep, the videos showed columns of clouds, or as if you will, the light emitted from them from the cloud tops out into space. It's something that you very, very, very rarely see, and it milliseconds. But once it's captured on film, they can slow it down, and it is visible. The cosmonauts, as well as astronauts, borrow food from each other when there are delays in spacecrafts carrying new supplies to the International Space Station. In this case, the Russians borrowed food from the American astronauts because we have been able to supply it fairly well. Because the Russian vehicle, Progress MS-16, has been delayed from December 11th until February 15th. So until then, they'll be swapping out foods and hopefully staying very nourished. Due to COVID-19, the vaccinations are being given to all the employees at the Vazhny and Baikonur Cosmodrome. They want to be certain that they do not carry any of these organisms into space. COVID-19 would not be a good thing if it reached the International Space Station. NASA said that due to cutbacks in the number of launches that they're taking from the Russians and centering more on the U.S. putting astronauts into space from the Kennedy Space Center, they are cutting back their presence in Russia. They say there's no need to keep the total number of people that they've had in Russia when they will not be needed except if there's a major problem. Get ready for tomorrow morning because at 9:40, SpaceX will launch its next Falcon 9 rocket. That Falcon 9 is packed into rocket fairings, dozens of spacecrafts ranging from SpaceX itself to the Defense Department to NASA. The Falcon 9 will deliver dozens of small satellites to different locations in orbit. That launch, as I said, is scheduled for 9:24 a.m. tomorrow, with a window 2. The first stage will then land on the drone ship, Of Course I Still Love You, out in the Atlantic Ocean. There's an 80% chance of good weather for that launch. We have seen that one of the reasons is because we've seen that he has in the Oval Office. President Biden also has confirmed that Steve Jurosik is now acting administrator of NASA since he succeeds Jim Bridenstine, who left on the 20th. It should be noted that Jurosik has been a longtime member of NASA, and he's a former director of the Langley Research Facility. So, a long flight. There may be a case where he possibly could be appointed administrator, but we don't know because the Biden administration hasn't gotten that far along yet. Mandy Vaughn said the National Space Council is needed for effectuating policies and coordinating national security and international space policy. She's the chief executive of Virgin Orbit's sister company, Fox Space. She called on the Biden administration to continue the National Space Council that former President Donald Trump revised in 2017. We'll see how that continues to work. On Monday, we'll tell you about the launch that will take place this weekend, as well as other spacecrafts in space. So until Monday, have a great day, everybody.
Thank you very much. That's Randy Siegel with the Space Report right here. He's on the program each and every weekday at 8:30 in the morning. Time to head on over to Ellie's Downtown Deli, where Bonnie is standing by with the latest to tank your tummy this morning, Bonnie.
Including some buffalo chicken Caesar salad, Evan. And this is a tasty one. You get your fresh cut romaine lettuce. I love romaine lettuce, by the way. Accompanied by oven roasted chicken tossed in buffalo sauce, chopped celery, gorgonzola cheese. You get red onion, tomatoes on this salad, and croutons and their homemade dressing too at Ellie's Downtown Deli. Try homemade desserts today, like a slice of key lime pie. You can get peanut butter cream pie to take home for your family tonight. And Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stewart now has their patio back open. Plus, they're at 50% dining inside with a full menu for pickup or delivery. Ellie's also has full dinners available for takeout, plus their fabulous desserts as well. Call 772-781-6605 to order and pick up today. They're located at 18 Southeast 6th Street, just off Colorado in Stewart. Call 772-781-6605 for Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stewart.
Thank you very much, Bonnie. News time right now. It's 8:41. It's time for news, all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Bonnie?
Thanks, Evan. Here's the latest we have about the COVID-19 evacuations and vaccinations, of course, for the Publix, of course, in Florida. Started at 6 this morning. Over 45,000 more slots statewide had become available for appointments, which are going to take place Saturday through Wednesday, January 27. And each location's 125 dose daily maximum indicates Martin pharmacies can host up to 4,375 customers in that 5-day window. No, that's for Martin County. And appointments cannot be made in person or by phone. So eligible customers, you must register at publix.com/COVID-vaccine/Florida. There is neither a wait list nor alert system to relay vaccine availability. Now, once an appointment for the Moderna vaccine is secured, there's no need to schedule a second. Customers are simply asked to show up at the same pharmacy at the same time, exactly 28 days later, to receive their booster shot. So, of course, some of the Publix pharmacies here include the one in Jensen Beach at Ocean Breeze Plaza, Publix Northwest Federal Highway, Cornerstone at Stewart, in Palm City on Martin Downs Boulevard, the Publix there, Martin Highway in Palm City, Southeast Federal Highway in Stewart at the Cove Shopping Center, South Canner Highway in Stewart at Canner Crossing, and another Publix at Southeast Federal Highway in Hobe Sound, and that one at Island Crossing. Now, appointments filled up quickly Wednesday morning for COVID-19 vaccines in Palm Beach County through the new Publix pharmacy portal. Here's WPTV's Ryan Hughes with more.
Day for Mary Celebre and her husband in Boca Raton.
Thinking that maybe they'd put it on earlier, and I got up every hour after that.
And further north in Jupiter, Sydney Basin and her husband had 3 different laptops ready for when the Publix pharmacy portal went live at 6 a.m. Wednesday for a COVID-19 vaccine appointment.
We were feeling pretty confident we were going to get an appointment for my in-laws.
Sydney says she was put in a queue, but Publix's website was inundated with people 65 and older trying to secure a spot. Publix telling WPTV, at times, as many as 250,000 customers were on our site during this morning's scheduling event, with 24,402 appointments being booked in less than 2 hours.
We had been waiting and thought with 67 Publix pharmacies in the county, our chances were pretty favorable.
Publix says its website can handle high volumes of traffic, but Wednesday morning's experience fueling frustrations for many regarding the vaccine rollout in Florida.
That was very discouraging because I didn't know how to register. I didn't know how to sign on. And the next thing I know, it was fully booked.
Shots will start being administered Thursday for those who were able to get an appointment. But Mary tells me she will keep on trying.
And whoever gets it first, I don't care. As long as I get it, I don't care if I'm last. Just so, we're all able to get it.
And you will have another chance starting Friday at 6 a.m. Publix saying 45,000 additional appointments will be available, but each customer has to start the process from the beginning. Ryan Hughes, WV, News Channel 5.
In Port St. Lucie, the RDR Copas Veterans Nursing Home now is expected to open in the next 6 months. The $62 million, 121,000 square foot nursing home at Southwest Tradition Parkway was once expected to open last spring, but faced delays because of the COVID-19 pandemic. The global pandemic has impacted the completion of this home in a variety of ways, said Steve Murray, spokesperson Affairs. A lot of it has been supply issues in addition to the construction of the facility. The nursing home is 95% complete, Murray said. Still needed before it can open are the certificate of occupancy from the State Agency for Healthcare Administration, arrival of some medical equipment and other auxiliary items, and the hiring of staff. If it seems the President Joe Biden is issuing a lot of executive orders on his first 2 days in office, it's because he is, historically speaking, a lot more than his recent predecessors of both parties. Biden signed 9 executive orders on Wednesday, his first day in office, and another 8 on Thursday. Biden has also issued several other executive actions similar to executive orders, memoranda, and agency directives. While other presidents have issued executive orders on their first day in office, the last time was former President Bill Clinton in 1993, and he issued just one. It was an order about ethics commitments by executive branch appointees, an executive order issued by many new presidents within their first few weeks. Biden's 17 executive orders in his first 2 days is almost a third as many orders as former President Donald Trump signed in the entire first year in office. Trump issued 55 executive orders in 2017. St. Lucie County Community Services Department, in partnership with the local Homeless Services Council, is preparing for the count. The PIT count is an unduplicated count of the homeless in a community. If you would like to volunteer to assist with the PIT count this year, please call Treasure Coast Homeless Services Council at 772-567-7790. And lastly, looking for something to do this coming weekend, we have an exciting event both days, Saturday. It's the Port St. Lucie Art and Craft Expo. You can go tomorrow from 10 to 5. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. takes place at the Mid-Florida Event Center. That's formerly the Port St. Lucie Civic Center. And you can enjoy over 200 booths while you're there with live music, adult beverages, food, fun, and of course, free admission, free parking. Come and join the excitement this weekend. The Arnold Palmer, that is, Invitational will be the first tournament with more than a few thousand spectators to attend since the coronavirus pandemic led to no or few fans attending. The March 4 to 7 event at the Bay Hill Club Orlando announced Wednesday that limited tickets will be available at up to 25% of capacity. The Arnold Palmer event was the last to be played in March 2020 with full spectators. News time is 8:49. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$8:50 the time right now to Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Waterway Dermatology. Dr. Ryan Schuring is located at 1050 Monterey Road in Stewart, bringing personalized health care back to dermatology the Waterway. Bonnie?
Well, in Martin County, in Palm City on I-95 southbound, there is an accident. This is southbound at mile marker 102, and we're not showing any roadblock there. Then up to the north of us in Fort Pierce, there is an accident on I-95 southbound too, and this is at mile marker 129 southbound in that Fort Pierce area. No roadblock showing, so traffic getting through at least. There's your latest look at traffic. It's a nice morning, 55 in Port St. Lucie, a cloudy sky at 62 in Tallahassee, Florida. Here's our weather at WPTV.
Happy Friday, Sunshine's waking up this morning to temperatures in the low 50s under mostly clear skies. This afternoon, highs in the mid 70s with plenty of sunshine. Tomorrow, another comfortable day in store with highs in the mid to upper 70s, partly sunny skies, then increasing clouds and a few showers possible tomorrow night with a front moving in. Sunday morning, lows in the low 60s and highs in the upper 70s, isolated rainfall with a mix of sun and clouds. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Yep.
Do you have a suggestion for the show? WSTU Morning Show at gmail.com. The Get Up and Go Show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
8:54 the time, actually 8:55 right now, and coming up in just a little bit, about 10 minutes from now, the award-winning, critically acclaimed Priest and a Rabbi show with Rabbi Matthew Durbin and Father Christian. And of course, we have the pleasure of joining us like we do each and every Friday. Rabbi Matthew Durbin is joining us right now on our Zoom line. Rabbi Durbin, good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning.
Always a pleasure to have you here with us. And first and foremost, how is the Durbin clan doing these days with COVID? How's everybody doing on your end?
We are we're living day by day. We're doing well.
Living the dream, as they say.
Living the dream.
So as always, we like to bring our listeners the Yiddish word of the day, so to speak. And if you would please grace us with the Yiddish word of the day and the meaning behind it, if you would please, Rabbi Durbin.
Sure. So, I'm giving a lot of thought as to, every Friday morning now, I tend to get up and think to myself, okay, what is what is Evan going to ask me today in terms of a Yiddish word of the day? And I thought, you know what? Instead of going from the Yiddish word of the day, a traditional Yiddish word, let's go with a modern Yiddish word.
Okay.
Something that's been created really in our own time of the 21st century. And for that, I use the word cyber schmooze.
Oh, a cyber schmooze. So I think I can define that one. I think. Can I take a crack at it?
You can.
Okay. So I know what it is to schmooze somebody over. It's basically you're feeding them a line of whatever you want to call it, just to kind of win them over. But instead of doing it face to face, you do it over the internet.
Correct.
Wow.
Sounds
Bonnie,
like
did you get that?
It's a most exciting, timely term in terminology then, the cyber schmoozing.
Well, I think in today's world, is certainly what most of us are engaged with, just that understanding in a long, in an animated and expressive conversation on the internet.
Yeah, you're
where
right.
basically all interactions happen during these pandemic days.
So I guess it's kind of like when I'm talking to my prospective clients with my DJ business to DJ a wedding, I'm schmoozing a bride. So instead of schmoozing a bride in person, now I can schmooze them via a Zoom phone call or through messaging or emails. That would be cyber schmoozing, correct?
Yep.
Wow. I like that, Bonnie.
And look at how Rabbi Durbin looks there.
Oh,
And
I
in
knew you
deep
were going to
thought.
go there. See, I was not going to talk about his hair today.
No, I'm wondering, Rabbi Durbin, are you cyber schmoozing us as we?
I am cyber schmoozing you this morning.
It's all good though. We don't mind.
All right, so now I can say it. He's got the best looking hair this side east of the Jordan River, as Father Christian
Yes.
says, without a doubt. And he takes a lot of time to get prepped for the Zoom call, and he's got to make sure that the hair is in perfect tip-top condition. No hair care products needed at all whatsoever, right?
No.
All right, so make sure and listen in, folks. It'll be coming up around 9:06 this morning. Priest and a rabbi with Father Christian and Rabbi Matthew Durbin. Rabbi Durbin, always a pleasure to have you on. Thanks for joining us.
Yep, thank you.
We'll talk to you soon. Well, Bonnie, that's it. The week is blown by.
Again, and before we know it, it'll be next week. And I guess I'm joining G and Ray next week during this
next
time.
Friday. Next Friday, you'll be up Northways.
Yes.
I'll be in Ocala on Friday taking care of business.
Lucky you to go
But
to beautiful
the
Ocala.
show must go on, as they say.
But lucky me to go to beautiful Fort Pierce
That's
next
right.
Friday.
They
I'm
have
lucky too.
palatial studios up there as well.
Yes, they keep it super clean.
They sure do. They cleanse it an awful lot. Well, folks, that's a wrap for us. We want to say that we're WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. Priest and a Rabbi coming up right after the news. And always remember, if you have good values on the inside, always remember that you won't look for validation on the outside as long as you have those good values on the inside. Always remember that, right, Bonnie?
Absolutely true.
Absolutely true, folks. Have a great day, and we will speak to you next Monday right here on the Get Up and Go Show. Bye-bye for now.
Everyone.